Can we trust this bounce in Bitcoin and crypto and the stock market? Is this real? Do you think this is another bull trap before they crash it again? Let's have a close look. Bitcoin, look at this, right? Stuck right underneath 115, 116. As I've been saying in my last video, and I said to my Discord, I think we're going to get a short squeeze up to 115 to 116K area. That's exactly what happened over the last 24 hours. We're getting stuck there. Why did I say that? Because the funding rates, you probably can see it for yourself right now, was really green, right? I mean, right now, we have pockets of red, right? But pockets of red, but 24 hours ago, everything was green. Everything was green. There wasn't even any blacks here, right? So here we see patches of black, but look, they're still shorting Bitcoin. So I think there's still chance. They're still shorting ETH to some extent. So I think there's still a chance we could pop up because, you know, if we go down now, exchanges lose money and traders make money. And exchanges don't want that. So what are the signs that that this bounce could be real right now? First of all, we broke down here and went down to like 101K on some charts. Just because it went down doesn't mean we can't recover this trend line. It's possible we can recover. And because the futures funding rates are so negative right now, we can actually break above here. But is this real? Is this another exchange manipulated, market makers manipulated move? Okay, here is the way I look at it. Because as we've seen in the last few days, in the last 24 hours, Trump and JD Vance have both come out to walk back their comments, right? We've seen that. So in my last video, I said Trump hints it'll all be fine in dispute with China in trade. Stock futures rise after Trump hints at backing off from the new tariffs, right? Don't worry about China, he's been saying. So let's see if the market believes him or not. This is SP 500, the most important index out there, for example. So we saw this was Friday. This was the Friday crash. And now we're halfway. We've recovered half of the losses, right? It's a V-shaped recovery. If we were to break this down into daily chart, into hourly chart, this is the NASDAQ Composite Index. Also, we've recovered halfway. So what I'm saying is, oh, by the way, folks, look at gold. Wow, 4,100 now. Silver, $52 now. Platinum, $1,700. Palladium, $1,500 now. China actually took a very small hit today, right? This is the China main index. It was only down 0.2% from the day before, like open low on panic and came straight up, right? Hong Kong index down only 1.5%, yet open here, went down a pure panic, and then V-shape bounced up as well. So what does that mean? That means the market in US and in China believe that we are probably going, you know, the worst part is probably over. For example, this is right now the China stocks on NASDAQ right now, right? All up 3 to 5% on average. KWEB is the ETF, up 4%. So why am I showing you guys this? Because we want to see what the rest of the market thinks. It's not just about crypto. It's not just about Bitcoin. There are much larger markets such as New York Stock Exchange, such as gold, silver, such as the China, Hong Kong market, and they all seem to think that Trump is walking back some of his comments. If they think the trouble is over, the problem has gone away, then they would go V-shaped right back to where it was on Friday, but they haven't. And the reason why they haven't is because the problem that Trump caused has not fully gone away just yet, right? What he's indicating is that he's prepared to talk to China, and he's not prepared to crash the markets. That's what he doesn't want. He doesn't want a depression. He said that in his tweet. He says President Xi doesn't want a depression, and he doesn't want a depression, and that's why, you know, he's prepared to talk, and the market figures, okay, that's halfway to caving, and if he's prepared to talk, then maybe we have a chance at bouncing back up here. So what happens next with Bitcoin? And there are a few coins that I am personally buying here, right? Because I think there's a two out of three chance we're headed back up to new all-time highs. Which are those coins? Before I answer those questions, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo Jimenez use? Well, Pablo uses exchange that's non-KYC. So that means you can't, you don't need to hand in your ID. That means the exchange can't even see who you are. The IRS can't see you. The FBI can't see you. CIA, tax office, nobody can see you. That's why I made this deal with the exchange, trade and win with Pablo. Exclusive prize pool up to $120,000 just with the Pablo link, right? So just by depositing, win 20%, get 20%. Deposit $100, get $20 bonus. Deposit $1,000, get $200 bonus. You get the idea, right? 20%. Limited time only, folks. This deal finishes on the evening of 16th of October. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. If you're watching this on any other platform, such as this one, that's okay. Just click on my profile page and there is my link tree, right? Or Stan link. And if we click on that, that should be the first deal that pops up because this is a great deal. Let's get back to the markets, folks. But keep in mind, this deal is only on the Pablo Jimenez link, only on the Pablo link. So Bitcoin basically closed the weekly above this 113 area. That's important. Got rejected below this 116. It would be a real nice shot in the arms if it was to take out the short squeeze and then pop above 116 again as if nothing's happened and keep on bouncing here. That would be nice. ETH, on the other hand, ETH did well better than Bitcoin, like bounced above this key level, 40, 50 area, 40, 50, 60 area, closed above here, and it didn't break down below this level, right? Which is good, which is better than Bitcoin. But look, on the weekly close, look at this. On the weekly, would you call that a bottoming tail or a bottoming hammer? I would want to see price at least 4,390, 4,400 to call this bottoming tail. There's just too much of this red body of the candle, not enough of a wick. So, I mean, it's good that it closed above this massive trend line. Above this trend line, it's just not safe enough. Just not safe enough for me to call it. So right now, at least we have ETH staying firmly inside this bull flag. We've got the flagpole, bull flag, and we could break out here. So what are some of the coins narratives that are popping right now? Well, quick update. One thing that's running right now is this. Look at this Tailcoin, right? Tailcoin, I've been calling it in my last two videos, and look at this. This is a massive bull flag. We're about to break out of the bull flag now, right? I was calling about it here, right? So we've had the flagpole, bull flag, right? Boom. We could get rejected here, pull back a little bit. The worst it'll get is around 350, and then boom, up we go. And next target should be 481, and then 590 area. Bitunix Tau is the largest AI coin out there. So when it starts running, that means all AI coins start running. Now, what's another coin that's running right now? For example, everyone has been commenting about the fact that BNB has never even skipped a beat, and is just running right now. BNB is, of course, the coin that CZ is pumping because CZ owns 85% of the supply. Look at this. That was yesterday, Sunday, it closed right back to new all-time highs and actually just shot up to new all-time high. Right, trying to freak everyone out with a topping tail. If it pulls back, I think it'll keep on going because CZ, like he controls the market right now. I think that crash was actually caused by CZ, by the way. If you want to know how it happened, watch my last couple of videos. I explain how CZ and Binance caused the crash. Now here is a coin that's on Binance chain. That's not a meme coin. I know the meme season's doing pretty well. Here's a coin that's on Binance chain. That's not a meme coin. And I think this is real value because of the pullback. What is it? I'm sure we all know by now. This is STBL stable. I spoke about this like 2 weeks ago. And stable is basically just created by the founder of Tether, USDT himself, right? It's back to 70 mil market cap or 100 mil FDV. Look at this. I bought it like here, around here yesterday, so not too much lower, right? Not too much lower than where I'm making the video. It's basically back to the day of the launch. Like the day of the launch, basically, it went to 100 mil market cap. And from there onwards, it basically shot up to 0.60. So that's 500 mil. That's $500 million market cap. Right now, we're below 100 mil market cap. It's gone down 80%. So I thought, hey, look, this is worth a shot. This is worth taking a look at. We've had this bottom here. There's a chance, if Bitcoin doesn't dump, that this 0.10 cents is some kind of bottom. So I did some decent buying. Not light, not mega heavy, but decent level. So yeah, I mean, could this be a double bottom? I tend to think so. So I got some around here, right? We're pulling back, and this is a large coin now. So what can we say about stable? Well, stable is basically used to be the guy who created Tether. He used to call it real coin before. He never called it Tether, actually. It was Bitunix, the exchange, the guys like that now who own Tether. They bought this real coin off him. He spent like a year and a half on it. He couldn't move it. He couldn't get it to go anywhere. The original founder and the team from Bitunix bought it off him. They changed the name from real coin to USDT Tether, and it took off. That's why it took off. It didn't really have that much to do with him, I'll be honest. That's what I said the first time I made videos on this STBL stable. Okay, we might all remember that this was the main deal that changed my mind, because this was Franklin Templeton. Franklin Templeton minted 100 mil USST, right, from stable. That's the coin they have called stable, USST. And Franklin Templeton, if you're American, you don't need me to explain how big that is. But if you're from like outside of America, then you should know that this is probably like the 5th or the 6th largest financial institution, fund manager in the United States. And they literally call themselves Franklin Templeton. Their logo is Benjamin Franklin, right? That's like one of the founding fathers, the signatories to Declaration of Independence of America. This is a big deal, and they minted. This is like not quite as big as BlackRock, and just a little bit smaller than Fidelity, minting their coin 100 mil, and they've only been. This was like what, 3 weeks ago. This was like when they were barely just being created. 3 weeks ago was when. Were they even created back then? Let's see. Put it on a daily chart. 3 weeks ago. Today is October 14th, right? October 14th or 13th, depends on if you're in the US. So 3 weeks ago would have been 24th of October, September, 24th, something like here. Okay, like 23rd, 24th, right? This was 3 weeks ago. And like 5 days after launch, they got Franklin Templeton. So that changed my mind, because originally I was like, those guys, yeah, they created Tether coin, but they gave up on it 1.5 years later. They didn't even really push it to become Tether. Whilst the guys from Bitunix, like Arduino, those Swiss Italian guys, I know their last names sound Italian, but they're actually Swiss Italian. Swiss has 4 main nationalities or ethnicities, nationalities within the country of Switzerland. So they mainly took it over and ran it up to become a Tether. But I didn't buy that story, but Franklin Templeton did. And so they ran it up to here. But you know who else bought that story? Ondo. Ondo is basically the Bitcoin the crypto project that is funded by that is partnered with BlackRock, right? The RWA real world assets DeFi project that's working. That's the only one that I know that's basically got a deal from BlackRock, is doing a deal with STBL, and they're about to deploy 50 mil as well. So that's again huge endorsement as well. And that only happened like in the last 1 or 2 days, and yet this thing is still massively down. It's massively down right now, massively down. So it's basically the same price as the first day, and it's basically the same price as when I first made my video. So down 80% from the top. I thought, okay, I put in a heavier position in my normal position, not like a super heavy position, you know. So let's see what happens. None of what I say is financial advice, and do your own research, folks. And obviously, I'm not sponsored by STBL. Not sponsored. Legally, I'll declare not sponsored, okay? And now here's a tiny little coin that's only 1.4 mil market cap. I don't know what to make of it. Because, but it just seems like it has so much potential. It's called Apex AI. It's on Solana, right? The Solana chain isn't hot right now. And that's like a very common name, Apex AI, something AI. But look, it's just been taken off. Here was the crash, right? October 8th. The crash. Look what it's done over the last few days. It's gone up 3x, whilst the market crashed over. This is the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Something like that. Over this whole crash weekend, it's actually gone up. And hasn't even tweeted yet. Why is this happening? So let's have a look at ApeAX. 4,000 followers. What does it do? It says AI-powered early cancer detection. Right? Trained 1 mil GI images, 1 million plus GI images, 95% accuracy. So I'm guessing it basically looks at CAT scans of patients, and basically then tries to give out early cancer detection. And you might ask, how is it possible it can get 1 million plus CAT scans and use AI, trains AI to find pattern recognition on that? I mean, isn't that invasion of privacy? Okay, maybe it is in the United States and maybe it is in the EU, but this coin doesn't do its work in the United States or EU. It does its work in Korea. So basically, you can watch this whole video on your own, because do your own research, guys. They basically are trying to do this in Korea, which, as you know, is a first world country. And basically, look, they're trying to apply their new tech they're trying to apply for approval from KFDA and FDA. Now, if you're American, or if you know anything about America, FDA is the Food and Drug Administration. Drug meaning, any sort of medical drugs or any sort of medical technology. So if they, for example, invent a new drug for cancer treatment, for whatever, it needs to go through FDA. And once approved, sometimes these stocks that are worth $10, $20 million can go to $2 billion, like 100x move in like a week. KFDA is the Korean FDA, Korean Food and Drug Administration. So either way, that's pretty impressive, because I think all know what Korea is like. It's a first world country. It's very high GDP. It gives us Samsung, LG, Hyundai, all those great products. So I would think the KFDA, Korean FDA, should actually be pretty good. Okay, this is something they tweeted 18 hours ago. I don't think it made a difference. Like, this is what they tweeted on October the 8th, and then they haven't tweeted anything except this, which is what, there's a repost of someone from Solana, like summarizing the best movers on Solana, top projects. I haven't seen anything about. Okay, down the bottom here, biggest market cap gainers and Apex AI. So that's the only thing they've done. They've tweeted something like 18 hours ago. And keep in mind that basically this coin's doing really well.